He said, how much? He didn't know. Oh, almost 20. Okay. He's been married almost 20 years. They have 2 kids. And they were in Kansas with Kathy, and then they moved all the way to the West Coast in California and developed a great business. The interesting thing about Gayla is that she had Mason, her 16-year-old. She signed her contract 3 days after Mason was born. Wow, that's pretty neat. No more labor pains, you just had a baby.
Yeah.
But she is an executive director, again, one of the highest levels in Premier, so let's welcome executive director, Gayla Ingram.
Morning. Morning. Well, if there's one thing I know for sure, every one of you in this room wants to build a business that changes the course of people's lives. Am I right? Let me tell you, 16 years ago, I went to my first training in Kathy Allen's basement, and I remember there was a lot of people there, and I said to her, how do you make this happen? How did this happen? And she said to me, she said, you know, Gayla, if you will consistently hold home shows and consistently share this business, now here's the key. In 3 years, I want you to turn around and look what has happened. And that was exactly what happened. I did exactly what she told me to do. And when I was asked to talk this morning, I thought, what I really want to talk to you about is some guidelines and things that you should be doing at each level in your business. And while I know that everyone lives in a different area and different things are offered in different areas, these are just some suggestions that at the designer level, one diamond level, things that you should be doing. We know this is not an A plus B equals C business though, right? Okay, amen is right. But at the designer level, where are my designers this morning? Okay, girls, here's what we're going to do. We get to designer, and then the first thing I want you to do is get to 15 first levels as quickly as you can. Because I don't know if anyone's told you, but those first 7 will not be around forever. Hello. Can I get an amen? Amen. Okay, so get to first 15. That's that number. I want you to have that number in your mind. I don't want you to complain or whine or carry on until you get to 15. Okay? You'll find those people. I want you to attend your monthly trainings with guests at the OP. That means at the designer level, you should be taking guests to those monthly training OPs. Here's your show count, 5 to 8 a month. Here's your jeweler count a year, 7 to 10 new jewelers a year. I'm going to say something to you in love. No one ever built a business doing 2 shows a month and sponsoring 2 or 3 people a year. It just doesn't happen.
Right.
I want you as the designer to be the trailblazer for your team. And here's the other thing I ask all of my designers to do. Every month, you should be sending out an email with some sort of recognition for your first levels, second levels, whoever you have. Even if, I know you're saying, what if? Even if only 3 or 4 are working. Because here's the reality. If you have time to deposit that commission check, you have time to recognize those people.
Hello.
Will you do that for me? I'm begging you. Recognition is free. It just takes a moment just to say, hey, these girls did the most home shows. Congratulations. Welcome our new jewelers to our team. Okay, those are my designers. I want you to watch for 2 girls who want to build and develop a relationship with them. Where are my one diamond designers? Oh, you're a good looking group. Here's what we're shooting for. 18 first levels. That's the number I want you to head towards. I want you to attend that monthly training with guests at the OP. Because you are going to be the what? The trailblazer for your team. They need to see you doing this. 5 to 8 home shows a month, 7 to 10 new jewelers a year. and work your business and focus on 2. Okay, you're going to focus on 2. At the 1 diamond designer level, you're starting to unify that team. You got 1 designer, you're having little times together, maybe little social outings, maybe little workshops, and you're unifying your team. I want you to know what you need to promote. Okay, where are my 2 diamond designers? We need more of you. Oh my goodness. Okay, here's the number I want you to shoot for. 21st levels. You now have 3 leaders on your team. Okay, you have 3 designers on your team. It is time for major developing that unity of promotion, that unity of spirit among your team. Unify your team by starting your own training, okay, if possible. I want you holding 5 to 8 home shows a month, still. Just like Julie said, it's so important that you're still sponsoring 7 to 10 people a year. That's what it's going to take to get to that number 20. Be a trail Blaizer. This is critical. I want to tell you something. I had a trailblazer. I have for 16 years. And I've watched Kathy Allen every year do home shows and sponsor. And I just fall in behind her and just do the same thing. I'm not stupid. If she's successful, I'll just follow her wherever she goes. Know what you need to promote. Know what it's going to take for you to get to 3 diamond. Okay? Because here's the thing. Creating that unity of promotion within your organization is critical. Because that's what promotes momentum. That's exciting when everyone's promoting. You know what I say at my trainings before we end out our trainings? This about killed Shauna when she was up there. What do I say, Shauna? Who's promoting next month? Who's my next builder next month? And those girls, they just raise their hand. You know, so create that unity of promotion. Where are my 3 diamonds? Oh, you are a breath away from senior leader. It's the best time ever. Work to get to 20 to 25 first levels. This is what you're going to need to build a strong organization. You have 6 designers on your team, right, at the 3 diamond level. You should have at least 6 builders. So you know you've got 6 designers, and in your mind you should think, I've got 6 builders, okay? At this point, I would love for you to consider having a leadership retreat with your people, okay? Having some sort of an outing and getting together with your girls in a leadership retreat form. You are holding monthly trainings and other OP events, and it's going to be imperative at the 3 diamond level that you teach your strongest designers to do the same thing, okay, to hold OPs. You are going to be the trailblazer for your team, and I want you to know what you need to promote. You have to know what the next step is in order for you to promote to senior leader. Don't be afraid to stretch yourself. Don't be afraid to show your children what a strong work ethic looks like. Okay? Because this is work. It is called a business. And I want to tell you something as I end. There's going to be trials. If you have teenagers, there's going to be trials. Amen. Okay? Learn to persevere through those trials. Learn to use those setbacks to a setup to your next success. Thank you so much.